MEN'S.org.
Hello, everybody. Sir Walter of the Sir Walter Jones Show. Hey, you know what? I woke up this morning and I thought to myself, I want to watch something encouraging. I want to turn on the television. I want to turn on YouTube, some social media, check my Facebook post, and see what the world's saying. See how the world can encourage me as I try to live my dreams and aspirations as a black man. How, you want to join me and see what the world is talking about today? Let's be encouraged, y'all. Let's see what's on TV today.
I bet you ain't had enough. You mad? You mad? Fuck you. You mad? Fuck you. Yeah, I'm sure we are, man. Now what is you touching me for? It don't matter. You better quit touching me. You better quit touching me. Hit me. You better quit touching me. Hit me.
Charlie, get him, get his ass down. Get him.
There you go.
Bitch! Get here, go.
I can't believe that you just said that. You think that simply saying that what you think is evidence of bigotry, that all of a sudden it's as if you were walking by a black man, that would mean that you were a bigot if you were somewhat nervous. Let me just tell you, with the amount of black-on-black crime in America, I get nervous and I'm a black man. So, I mean, wait a second.
Well, there we go again, Juan. I would find that to be a racial profiling. It's a bigoted comment.
It's a bigoted comment.
Yes,
I'm
it
the
is,
father
just like
of
your
black
comment about
young
Muslims.
men, and I'm saying that if you saw a couple guys walking around looking like thugs down the street late at night, you're saying, oh, I'm going to not think it through. Caroline, I think you're way off base, but look, thanks for coming in.
Hey, black people, stop having 72% of your babies out of wedlock, and your kids won't be massively incarcerated and arrested.
Do you think perhaps the reason there's a disproportionate number of blacks and Latinos in prison because blacks and Latinos commit a disproportionate amount of crime?
It's much easier to cry racism than actually address the root causes of violent crime, which are a corrosive culture and the collapse of the traditional family.
Do you think that the widespread breakdown of the black family is a bigger or lesser problem than bigoted cops?
And as I was about to say, you might as well have brought a representative from Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Blacks have shown a slavish support for the Democrat Party.
One of the reasons Barack Obama won was because African Americans voted for him to the tune of 93 or 94%.
That's right, Bill.
And a lot of it, some of it, was because of his skin color.
Violent riots several years ago in Ferguson and Baltimore now drawing praise from President Obama. Praise.
A Black Lives Matter activist is actually going to run for mayor of the great city of Baltimore, Maryland.
When you become a mayor, you can just throw out the Democrat and Republican. You got to get things done in that city. And so far at 30 years old, he only proved that he could burn things down.
Well, look, police have been killing people. I saw Eric Garner be murdered. It goes into court.
Black people kill people. Black people kill black people.
Yeah, and we can talk about that too, but you want to change the subject. I saw Eric Garner murdered. I
don't want to change the subject. It is the subject.
Hey, look,
Wow.
we can't talk together, and I don't want to sing with you, so shut up and listen to me.
I apologize.
I saw those murders
I think they're going to have to
go
listen
down.
to me because we're going to have a break in 4 seconds.
Go down.
I thank
Everybody
both of you for
saw
being
them,
here.
and here's the question.
We'll continue this another
What
time.
side are you on?
I'm sorry. I don't want to watch any more of that stuff. What is it with this skin that I was born in? Why is it that I have to turn on television, social media, and get this? What happened to the encouraging words that I used to receive when I was younger? Ladies, let me talk to you just for a minute here. I cannot understand how you can continue to air your dirty laundry with your man on social media, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. Why? You know, part of the problem is you. The man got his problems. He got his woes. He should be punished for the things that he's done, things he's planning on doing. He might be acting out from something that may have happened to him as a child. But no, what perpetuates the problem further is these posts that I see every breathing moment. I see these memes about black men and how they're cheaters and how horrible they are. They owe child support and how they dress like thugs and talk like thugs and shooting everybody and then worthless and shiftless and they won't get up and work. And every day, it's the same old thing. And I said to myself, what do a good man, what encouragement does he have? What about the struggling man? What encouragement do he have? So today, I got a challenge for you guys. I got this challenge to be going on for a few days. And we're in the month of June right now. This is 2016. I want this to continue. From now until Father's Day, please continue it after Father's Day, but at least try this fast, okay, from social media on the negativity. It's called Black Father's Day Challenge. Yes, every day, can you please post something positive for the brothers? Listen, we know our history. From the 1960s, the government, through our president, said, black man, you can't live in the house. If I'm going to support you through public aid system, what have you, I'm just going to have to tell you, you got to go. So he got kicked out of there, and he had to fend for himself, okay? And he got himself into some situations where not only did the government kick him out of the home, but the government kicked him out of opportunities, okay? And they said because you're black, you can't live in certain areas, nor can you work for certain companies. And they began to profile him, and the cops are following all over the place. He driving while he's black. And then you look at the statistics today about how many black men are in jail. And gosh, it's just so many negative things that have been going on decade after decade. What does any man, any black man, have that can encourage him? His women have done an about face on him. That's why so many of them are so wild. Let me tell you something, brothers. I want to encourage you because you will amount to greatness. I guarantee you. These other races and cultures of people don't do that to their men. It just seems like only us. We're the only ones seem to do that to the black brothers. I feel so sorry for us. My father, over 35 years ago, I'll never forget this, I was doing really bad in school, getting D's and F's. I didn't want to go to school. I hated school, hated it. But I was afraid of my father. Hardcore, come up under the Mississippi. He was, he would tip bulls and cows over. That's what they did for, just for an occasional entertainment. But my father was a hardcore, still is a hardcore man. But one time, the principal finally called home and says, you need to come up here and see about your son. We don't know what to do with him. And so my mom told my dad, you got to come up here. Because my dad didn't visit school that much. My mom took care of all of that stuff. My dad went out there and hustled to make sure I got some food in my mouth, okay? And my dad went up to the school, and I'll never forget it. I'm coming out of the principal's office, and there's my father, and there's my mother, and fear came over me, shivering like, I ain't afraid of Satan. I'm afraid of God, I'm afraid of my father, okay? In that order, all right? So I was waiting on my father to pull off his belt and embarrass me in front of my friends, okay? Embarrass me in front of my teachers. And I just knew he was going to be enraged. And you know what came out of my father's mouth? He said, son, you're going to amount to greatness. You could do better than this. I have faith in you. Just study, just focus. Ask God to help you, but you can pass these exams. You can come out of here being a great man of God. That was coming out of my father's mouth. That was over 35, 36, 37 years ago, okay? I was young, and I had my mouth open like, wow, my father is encouraging me when I thought he was going to beat me. What am I saying to you? Is that, ladies, the man will not get right. He will not walk the straight and narrow if you keep beating him up for the wrong that he's doing. What encourages the man the most? It's when you try to pour into him encouragement and greatness and tell him You will succeed because I'm going to help you come out of this thing. I know you ain't telling me what happened to you when you was 12 and 15 and 22. I know these things, some things may have happened to you that you just can't talk to me about. But so what we're going to do is we're going to help you heal. I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to lift you up. I'm going to continue to whisper in your ear how wonderful of a man you are until you reach that plateau. Women, you have the power to do that. You do. I think just a day or two ago, one of the greatest things from a woman was said to me. She looked at the scar that was on my face. This scar, I was stabbed in the face severely by a black man. I was stabbed in the chest. I was stabbed in the back. And my lungs collapsed. Okay, I had to learn how to breathe all over again. Spent 2 weeks in intensive care trying to regain my life again as it was as a normal life, okay? And that woman looked at my scar and looked at my face, and she reached over there and she kissed my face, my scar. She says, I'm kissing your scar. I said, why? She says, and she held me and she says, I want to apologize for the actions of that man who stabbed you. He tried to kill you, and I want to tell you how great of a king you are. And I want to apologize for what that man did to you. That thing, I have never ever heard a woman encourage me like that before in my 50 years on this earth. And I wanted to cry, but I couldn't. But what happened was everything stopped around me. Silence just came over me because I was in a state of awe, shock and awe. Wow. No one has ever said anything like that because that thing happened to me in 1988. This is 2016 right now. And all those years, no one has ever come to me like that. I want to say to you, sisters, I want to be the first to apologize to you for what the brothers did to you. Whatever the black man did to you, let me apologize. I'm so sorry on behalf of these guys. Many of them didn't know what they were doing. And many of them want to do right. They want to make it right with you, but they just don't know how. So my challenge to you, ladies, is this how you can help us. Let's dig into this Black Father's Day challenge for the next 30 days. Start posting on social media how great black men are, how they changed this country, how they build things and monuments and even the White House where the black man is in there right now. Black men, although they were slaves, were responsible for many of us being as healthy as we are through the medicine and through technology and inventions, okay? Mathematical equations solving and you name it. Black men have been intricate in the life of America, if not the world. And you, my black sisters, can make a change. When I've been seeing these Facebook posts every day, the positive posts, it's been encouraging me to continue to go further and further. And many of these other men are seeing these posts. And I'm telling y'all, you go on my wall and you see these posts, and these black men are like, thank you so much. We didn't know. We just didn't understand why these women are doing what they're doing or saying what they're saying to all black men when there's so many good men out there. A just man falls 7 times. But guess what? The Bible calls him just because he gets back up again. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's so many great men out there. They're great and perfect because they fail and they keep getting back up. So how can this man pay the child support now? Don't keep telling him, man, you owe me child support and I'm going to put you on blast. No. Encourage him and tell him and pray for him. Hold his hand if you can. Or call him on the phone. Say, let me pray for you. That God will strengthen you. That God will take the hands that you have and you build things, okay? And that you can change your community one person at a time, and that you could prosper and make the finances, the monies that you need so that you could bless your children with it, okay? When you talk to a man that way and encourage him and empower him that way, trust me, how men change. See, because the way to a man's heart is not through his stomach, it's not through food. The way through a man's heart is through his chest. If you can boost up his ego within reason, boost up his ego, and tell him that he could be a great king. Okay? Watch how he changed, and watch how the children, the sons who will grow up possibly to be some deadbeat guy, watch how the children see how you treat that man and say, wow, when I grow up, I want to be just like this great man, and I want to marry a woman just like that who uplifts that great man. My father is a great man because constantly I've always seen him support my mother in everything she needs. And in return, my mom has never in my 50 years said anything negative about my father in front of nobody, okay? And in 50 years, my mom constantly lifts my father up to as far as she could take him. And still today, she does it. And they've been married for 50-something odd years. Okay, black women, please encourage us in the Lord. We need your support because when we step outside our houses, all we see and hear is negative hits and punches and blows on us, and we're so tired, we're worn. Help us, black sisters. Black Father's Day Challenge. Hashtag Black Father's Day Challenge and share it with everybody you can. Please. Thank you. This is the Sir Walter Jones Show.
Everything, no matter what you do in this life, no matter what job you pick, I want you to be a productive, responsible man. Out of anything, when you think about doing something wrong, I want you to see my face, and I want you to know how hard I've worked to make sure that you're a responsible man. Amen. I pray for you. I want you to be great. Yes. I'm so proud of you. You worked so hard. I've worked so hard. I want you to have everything that God has planned for you.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Tamara Dia for Complex News. With racial tension at an extreme high in America right now, it's always refreshing to see a stereotype get completely debunked. In a study conducted by the Center for Disease Control, the myth that black men are absent fathers was dispelled. When news outlets report on black fatherhood, it's often depicted as a crisis, further reinforcing the idea that black men are not there to raise their children. But the data that the CDC gathered paints quite a different picture. In the study built upon years of research, the results indicated that black dads are actually more involved with their kids on a daily basis than other racial groups. From changing diapers to playing with their children to helping with homework, black fathers were statistically more hands-on than white and Latino fathers. Tara Culp-Bressler of Think Progress noted that equal numbers of black dads and white dads tend to agree that it's important to be a father who provides emotional support, discipline, and moral guidance. There's one area of divergence in the way the two groups approach their parental responsibilities. Black dads are even more likely to think it's important to financially provide for their children. The study also compared dads that were living with their kids and those who were not, and black fathers were still significantly more present. So for those arguing that the turmoil occurring in places such as Ferguson, Baltimore, and black communities across America is a result of absent, ineffectual fathers, I'm talking to you, Rand Paul. Maybe it's time people stop pointing all the blame at underprivileged parents who are just doing their best to raise their children and take an honest inventory of what's really holding these communities back.